Welcome, everybody. My name is Kelly Vincent. This is Tina Malsom. We're coming to you live from San Francisco. So excited to be here. Thanks for being on with us. We're going to get started right now with a video that talks about what your DNA can do for you.
So the reason we're all here tonight is for a company called Uforia. And Uforia is a forward-thinking company in the health arena that has launched the first and the only nutritional product that can be customized based on your own DNA. You know, there's so many companies out there on the market that say they can do a customized nutrition program. They say they can personalize something specific to you, but what they're doing is not personalized. What they're doing is a lot of guessing. They're asking you questions. They're hoping that you know a lot about your history. They hope that you know what your family tree has in it when it comes to staying healthy. And most people don't. And I'll be honest, I was adopted. I have no idea. You know, there's companies out there that say they're personalizing nutritional products, and yet I couldn't take their product even if I wanted to, because they're giving you a questionnaire asking you what runs in your family history. Just like the doctor does every time you walk in the door. Apparently that is very important, or they wouldn't ask you, right? But if you're like me and you don't know what your family history is, this is the perfect tool for you to find out what is laying in your past, because that will always predicate what could happen in your future. So we are going to get started with a short video. It was the culmination of Ron's vision and our corporate team's genius. And they put this video together for the team to help share our message and share our product. So here we go.
The big question is, was your nutritional product made before or after your DNA test results? Uforia Science is the cell phone to the landline. It's Netflix to Blockbuster. Uforia really is an extreme human experience in an extreme scientific environment.
A one-of-a-kind custom-designed nutritional formula based on each person's unique DNA. That's really the groundbreaking technology behind Uforia.
Everyone wants in the DNA right now. Of course they do. It's projected to be a $600 billion marketplace. So the problem is they'll do your DNA test, which is great. But then we've got your DNA here, try all these prefab supplements, one size fits all. We just keep taking everything, hoping we get some results.
Up until now, we were buying a bottle of this and a box of that. It's the same stuff that everyone else is taking. We had cupboards filled with every supplement you could imagine.
Your DNA is different from my DNA, and my DNA is different from everyone else's. So we shouldn't be taking everyone else's nutritional supplements. We should be taking those that are uniquely made for us.
We all have genetic variants that affect our DNA. That's why my eyes are brown and your eyes are blue. But we also have genetic variants that can affect our overall health and wellness. These genetic variances are called SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms.
Single nucleotide polymorphisms.
The SNPs that Uforia tests for are what I like to call the heavy hitters. These are the ones that can be compensated for with proper nutrition and can make the biggest difference in your overall health and wellness.
I guess when I think about DNA in my body, I always think about things that are obvious, like physical features, things that you can always see, they're right in front of you.
But there's all these little hidden areas of your health that you don't really think about, and they're affected by your DNA.
Basically, you take a simple, non-invasive DNA test. You stick it in a prepaid envelope where it goes off to our medical grade labs, highest quality, highest standards of privacy. All right, time for Mission Nutrition. Let's go on this journey.
Your DNA is processed in a CAP-accredited, CLIA-certified, and HIPAA-compliant facility. Your data is secured, protected, and most importantly, accurate.
Your DNA results are going to reveal what SNPs you have that are affecting your overall health and nutrition.
Within a short matter of time, you get a secure link with your DNA test results, 35 pages talking about your genetic SNPs.
The Uforia Wellness DNA report is easy to read, especially because it has all of your scientific DNA information just right in front of you.
Green means you didn't inherit from either parent. Yellow means you got it from one parent. And then red means you got it from both parents.
Understanding your DNA helps anchor that conversation about your wellness and removes a lot of the guesswork about your health.
And it confirms a lot of suspicions, like things that were going on with our bodies that actually make sense now.
It's not just enough to understand your DNA. There are things you should do about it. And that's where Uforia takes things to the next level.
The technology behind Uforia Science, the software, was over 24 years in development. It's proprietary. Nobody else has it, and it facilitates what we call the algorithm of you.
So here's the real issue. Suppose we didn't know we were taking enough of a particular nutritional supplement. In fact, we may be taking less than what we really require because we weren't overcoming our genetic weaknesses.
Or we think, I could take more of a particular vitamin or supplement, then I should be okay. But we could literally take too much and be dealing with toxicity.
For years, we understood what nutrition and nutritional requirements were needed for humans. But it wasn't until recently, with the advent of genomic testing, that we could pinpoint and in a precise way determine genetic weaknesses and then supplement with the proper nutrition. And now, not only do we know what we need or don't need, Uforia Science translates that unique information into everyone's own unique nutritional formula.
It'll drop, based on DNA results, nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed studied ingredients into one formula that we call Utrition.
We were very careful in choosing the ingredients for Utrition. They're all based on multiple peer-reviewed published studies.
There's no two test results alike, no two formulas alike. It's made specifically for you, dictated by your DNA. This is the only software of its kind on the planet, 24 years in development, and the only machine of its kind to prepare your unique nutrition. Nutrition is a straight line in nutrition for you because it's made for you. It has your name on it.
Before you create your own personalized nutritional formula to the microgram, a clinical dosage of exactly what you need.
Currently, based on the SNPs we test for in Uforia Phase 1, we can create nearly 400 million unique formulas.
And you don't have to wait for your nutrition to arrive to begin to experience some of these nutritional benefits.
While your DNA is pairing to your very own nutrition, people engage in the product pretrition, designed to prepare your body for your very own designer nutrition.
Every U-Start kit comes with a 30-day supply of what we call the pretrition formula. Pretrition is a very powerful combination of ingredients, including astaxanthin and AC11 for DNA repair. Pretrition is actually the foundational formula for everyone's finalized nutrition.
I've been involved with companies where they'll make a product and they'll find a headline ingredient, they'll just sprinkle a tiny bit in there and make it the headline for the marketing. Here, so much time and money, millions and millions of dollars have been put into this technology. So there's no cutting corners. When your product is made, your actives are clinical doses based on those peer-reviewed studies. They're not just sprinklings of powder.
To take your DNA, process it through software to determine what you need, then input that into a machine that creates a formula is revolutionary.
So we have the one and only Utritionator. Print your label, makes your product, ships it to your doorstep. Your name on it.
The science of nutritional medicine, which is what we call nutrigenomics, has finally entered the 21st century.
No other company has this technology, and no other company can do what Uforia can do for your health and nutrition.
I think our children are going to make fun of us someday and say, wait a minute, you guys all used to take the same supplements for everybody? Peace is priceless on today's planet. And knowing your DNA dictated your very own formula, it allows us to sleep at night, literally. Unlike what we've seen in the blind nutritional space, where it ends up in hype and desperation and over-promising, trying their hardest to distinguish themselves from their market twins.
DNA is everywhere now.
It's not just about family history, but it's about my personal health today.
So there you have it, Uforia Science, arguably the most significant wellness company in history. So welcome to Uforia, where being you never felt better.
All right, so we got a special guest on. We got to make sure he's on. Ron, if you're on, can you please unmute yourself or raise your hand so we know that we can unmute you if you can't? We're looking for you.
We're looking for him.
I know you said you had a little brief minute of not being able to get on. So if not, we'll wait a little minute to see if you're on here. We're looking.
It's like, where's Waldo?
Where's Ron?
I'm like
There's
looking through
there's so many people
all
on.
your guys' pictures looking for Ron. Is he good?
All right.
All right. So we're still looking for Ron. And while we're looking for Ron, we're just going to talk a little bit about what we have. Now that video, I mean, to me, that makes it just so logical. I mean, could you ever imagine going to a grocery store again, or a pharmacy, or a drugstore, a vitamin store, and standing at the aisle and searching and searching and searching? And here's the logical part of it is that I know that I need vitamin D. I know Kelly needs it. I know you guys need it. But all I know is we don't need the same amount. But how much we do need, I have no idea. And you can't really know something like that without a DNA test. And you look at your body, and we just heard this the other day. I thought it was so brilliant. Think of your body like this. It's the foundation of who you are, right? Your DNA is the foundation of who you are. And what we're talking about is anti-aging, prevention, staying healthy as long as possible, right? So those of you that live in the Midwest, you know you've had a tornado warning before, right? It's not like it happens instantly, like here in California. There's an earthquake 10 minutes ago, and we were like, wait, what? Is it over? I didn't feel it, right? But you guys get a warning, sometimes a day or two in advance even, sometimes minutes. But once you get that warning, what do? You start to prepare. You go to the store, you get all the food and the water, the necessities. You get the sandbags and you start packing them around your house. You get the boards and you start boarding up the windows, right? You're preparing for that tornado for your house. But this is what Uforia is doing for your body. Your DNA report, that's your tornado warning sign. This is what's coming. This is what your DNA says could potentially wipe you out in the long run. And guess what? We're not going to leave it to you to figure out how to do it on your own. We're going to do it for you. We're going to put together a formula that is customized, so customized, like not 1 in 5 or 1 in 12. I have 67 different ingredients in my product. Kelly has 78. My son has 90. And it's 1 in 400 million formulations. That's a huge amount of possibilities, right? How could you possibly pick on your own? So that's what we're doing is we're just giving you the data that you need. And when this started 10 years ago, when DNA research really came out and they started really looking at what nutrition could do for your body, and about 10, 12 years ago, they started swabbing people and doing a lot of studies and a lot of research, but DNA wasn't very relevant back then. Now it is. And thank you to 23andMe and Ancestry.com and all these companies that have made the home DNA test extremely popular, extremely relevant. And now we can come forward and say, listen, those 2 companies are great. Those tests are great. The information they give you is great for like 5 minutes. And then you're like, I already knew that I had, blonde hair and blue eyes and my index finger is bigger than my middle. I already knew that. I prefer salty snacks over sweet snacks. Okay, shocking. My DNA told the company that and they relayed it to me. But once I knew that, that was it. It is just information. And Uforia takes it a whole step ahead by putting together the information in a really cool 35-page report and then giving you the solution to the potential problems.
So consider your body comes with health credits. And we all know people in life that, overspend with their credit cards. And guess what? When they do that, they end up paying twice, 3 times, sometimes 4 times, sometimes 20 times what they actually originally owed. But if you do that with your body and you use up your health credits, then you're really coming from behind, and it costs you massively, not only just in your enjoyment of life, but trying to catch up and, and dreaming of having your health back. And usually people wait till they're in some circumstance, that really puts them over the edge until they really start thinking about health. Well, I was one of those people, and I didn't think about that. My idea of health was eating barbecue twice a day instead of 3 times a day. And, I think a lot of people don't want to worry about their health, and they don't want to know about all the nutrients and the molecular structure and breakdown and how it absorbs in your body. Like, really could care less. It's kind of like changing the oil in your vehicle. You just want to take it to the shop and tell them to change the oil, and so it runs properly, right? It's that easy. But what happens if you don't do that? Well, your engine will blow up, and then you won't have a vehicle to drive, and your body's the same way. It's just that I think it's not on the first thing on people's mind. And what Uforia has done is they've really done a great job of just making it easy, right? And so you go to the store, you go to the vitamin shop, people are telling you, Dr. Oz and Oprah are telling you to take this and take that, and you really get confused because one week it's good for you, the next week it's not. And then you're staring at all these different bottles of, you have no idea what it is, and how many milligrams should you take, because you're not a doctor. And the guy that works there, or person working there making $15 minimum wage, really doesn't know about your body either, because they're not a doctor either. And so really, you either give up and you just do nothing, or you're doing something that you don't know that's right for you. So everything I just said now is really just what's happening, has happened for a lot of people. And Uforia just made it simple. Like, listen, we're going to swab you, take your DNA. We're going to find out exactly what your DNA says you need, and we're going to put it all, package it in this one little canister, send it right to your doorstep with your name on it, and all you have to do is take it on a daily basis. So let's be honest, right? Most people don't exercise and eat healthy all day, all the time. They just don't. But this is something that's easy that they could do at a minimum, really, to build those credits back up in your body, so that at least you're doing something, you're on a path, and you know and feel secure that you're getting and taking exactly what your body needs. So that's the best layman's way I could put what we have here. And because of that, it makes it simple for guys like me that really, I'm not a science person. So to explain that to people that really want to have good health and do things, but they just don't know what direction to go in. And that's why this is such an awesome company, not only to take the product, but just to be part of and share the products with people.
So let's just talk, you heard Ron say 18 different gene snips. We talked about being relevant. We're not talking about gene snips, hair color, eye color. We're talking about your heart, brain health, your liver, your, what else are we testing for? Your energy, 2 genes for your energy, 2 genes for healthy weight management, several for inflammation, several for immunity. So we're talking about the main relevant genes in your body that will determine how you age. So pretty important stuff. And like I said, Kelly said, you don't need to be a doctor to understand it. We actually have videos that explain every genetic SNP, all set up on one website for you, super easy. But what they do is they take those 18 gene SNPs and they correlate it with up to 100 different ingredients. Those ingredients are natural, vegan, whole food, raw. They are gluten-free, they're non-GMO, just the best of the best quality ingredients for you, and only what your body needs. There are, like I said, up to 100. I only need 67, but some of the ingredients in my product I've never heard of. A lot of them I've never heard of. Some of them I don't even know if you could find it at a regular store that we shop at. But there's one particular ingredient we'll just touch on. It's called AC11. And here's what's amazing about it. It is the only known compound to repair damaged DNA. Okay, so we talked about your DNA being the foundation of your body. Well, the telomeres in your body, they start out very long. And as they shorten, so does your lifespan. So if you could put a product in your body every single day that's proven by science to lengthen those telomeres, would you do it? I'm like 100%. I damaged a lot of my DNA in college, probably, and my early 20s, maybe late 20s. But, any DNA repair product I can put in my body, I'm going to do it. They say that this is a generation where the parents could outlive the kids because of the processed food and the environment and the chemicals and the smoke and the smog and all the nasty things, the radiation and all the things around us every single day. if you could combat just a little bit of that to give your, I mean, you only have one body. When their body's done, it's done. So why would you not take the best possible care of it? So, you know, the other thing we want to talk to you about tonight is timing. Timing is crucial when it comes to launching a product like this. You know, there is not another company doing what we do. And in fact, when you join the company and you take your DNA test and you get your ingredient list, the company actually sends you a calculator on how much money you'll be saving by taking our product instead of having to buy all the things individually, right? So not only are we the first company to launch this, but the tools that we have to share this product and to educate people on how amazing it is are, and you just saw the video. It's just an incredible tool to help us share this message.
So I just want everybody that is seeing this for the first time just to ask yourself, if you're somebody that thinks, well, I don't know, you know, the product looks great, but, you know, I don't know if I could share it. Well, let me just ask you, if you can send that video via text, email, or Facebook Messenger, any social media medium, or just a regular text, you know, you could do this because that's what we do. You know, my background's construction and the military. So I'm pretty good at building stuff and knowing how to blow it up. And really not good at knowing, again, the molecular structure of how something's made or how everything. But you know who is? Ron Williams and his team he put together, and the geneticist that literally does live videos, Zooms on Wednesday to talk about all the different gene SNPs and the variants and even answers question. What company do you know that has an actual doctor and geneticist available to do webinars and answer questions about the product? I don't even know of any company that does that, but it's amazing. So what I'm saying is, just when you think, well, I don't know if I could do it, well, there's a lot of people on here right now that said that same thing, that they didn't think they could do it. They didn't know if they could even repeat the first few sentences of the company and what it does. And they're here today doing well. And they just took a stand and wanted to do something and help other people. And again, we don't sell, we share. We literally share this with people because here, bottom line is, there's a certain amount of people that like this and a certain amount of people like that, but almost everybody at some point in time on this planet is thinking about their health. They just haven't heard from you about what we have to offer and how easy we could make it for them to really not have to worry about it and to know that they're on the right track and they're doing something on a daily basis consistently to create a lifestyle for themselves that they really love and want, and without the worry of doing something wrong. And I think that's why people either don't do nothing or they're just very hesitant and not consistent about doing the things they're already doing.
So, you know, as far as timing goes, it couldn't be better. I mean, it's like being at the beginning of Apple, because do you think people are going to start taking products, customize their own DNA, and then a few years down the road, people are going to change their mind and go, oh, you know what? I think I really like the Centrum and what that did for my body better. So science doesn't go backwards. Science goes forwards. And here we are at the beginning of a genetic movement that is moving so fast, and we are right on the cusp of getting it out there. Right now, 10 out of 10 people are going to say, no, I've never heard of DNA customized nutrition before. You know, in a year from now, in 18 months, 2 months, it'll be more like 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 people that say they've never heard of it. In 5 years, it'll be maybe 5 that have said they've never heard of it. But as more people hear about it, the timing for us to be the ones to bring this to market gets worse. So we are, of course, looking for people to help us bring this to market. So if you came on this webinar to hear about the product, I thank you so much for joining us. If you want to stick around until the end and ask some questions, that's fine. We're going to spend just a few more minutes talking a little bit about the business opportunity that we've got here. So if you do have to jump off, thank you for joining us tonight on this webinar. I hope you'll join us again next Tuesday. For those of you that came here to hear a little bit about how to make a couple hundred, a couple thousand, a couple 10,000 or more, this is the right place and the right time. And here's why. It's like they said in the video, this is the Netflix to Blockbuster. This is the beginning of something so massively big that it will take over so many other companies. We are going to put a lot of other companies out of business. And I'll say this, get ready for some bad press, because in disruptive companies like this that come on board like fast out of the gate and start, you know, tearing all these other companies down because our product is so amazing that others can't compete, especially the pharma industry. When we start making people healthier, I will just warn you right now, big pharma will try to come after us because we're trying to help people stay healthy and not need medicine, which will affect them negatively, and they will try to stop us. And that's when we'll really know we're on the right path, right? So if you're ready to join a really disruptive company with a really disruptive team that is having a blast, helping people not only get healthy, but helping people change their life with their health and their wealth. Oh, we're getting some noise. Let me mute that out. Then I invite you to listen just a little bit to what Kelly's going to share on, you know, a few of the different ways that we get paid.
All right, so I'm actually going to do Ron's intro because I prepared for it all day, and he hasn't been here yet. He messaged me saying he's
here.
Oh, I knew when I said that he would be here. That's why I did that. So Ron is here. Ron, great. So I'm gonna intro Ron here, guys. Here's what I need you to know about Ron. Not only is he an award-winning director and just the most, he takes a stand and has a spirit of excellence about him that I've never seen in a CEO or just a human being. He's just you would be blessed to have met Ron Williams, and that's how I personally feel about him. I know I'm probably embarrassing him right now, but I didn't know him at all before we got going with Uforia, and not a single person I could find could say a bad word about him. And I'm literally blessed to be part of this and know Ron and be able to spend time with him. And we're in such good hands with his just brilliance and vision of where we're going with this. So with no further ado, I want to bring on Ron. He is on. We're so happy he's here. Ron, here, it's all you.
Well, first of all, that must mean that I'm forgiven for being late. I was trying to get on, guys, multiple times, and I think I was just in a bad area, and I was finishing a meeting. I stepped out to get on, and it just didn't work. So I got in my car, and I raged down the road to a place where I had 4 bars. So I apologize to all. Kelly, the feeling is extremely mutual with you and Tina. You guys not only make it good, but you make it fun. And, it's rare do you see people who are as talented, skilled, and knowledgeable as you guys, but you guys also make it fun. And that's when you're doing my job and you've done it as long as I have, you kind of want to have fun along the way. You don't want it to be so serious and just so poker-faced. One thing I'm not is a poker face. So thank you for having me on, and thank you for your forgiveness, folks, for being late. All I can say is that we're involved in something that's bigger than all of us, so none of us get in the way. And it's the vision, it's the biotechnology, it's the cast, it's the brand, it's the team that I work with. It's a really blessed time for business with Uforia Science. This month, we're off to an amazing start, by the way, coming out of the event. We're seeing all the numbers beginning to really head the right direction and, at a really strong pace right now. And I think a lot of that's due in part because this company really understands its identity. There's companies that market and sell, and they hype this and hype that, and the fruits never match the roots. The fruits never match the roots. And so it's kind of a mixed bag of this, that, and the other. But I'll tell you, this company has a very clean identity where the fruits match the roots, and it's a beautiful environment. If there's one thing that I'm learning about this technology, it's the understanding that prevention isn't what we thought it was. We thought prevention was just this safety net that we cast over everyone. It's not. If it were true, then there wouldn't be people who could smoke a pack of cigarettes and live to be 100. People like me smell secondhand smoke and I get sick. How about fitness icons in their prime, dropping dead of a heart attack? And one of my favorite ones, and it kind of answered this question, if Tina, Kelly, and I took, let's say we all drank acai juice, and Kelly and I didn't feel anything, but Tina said, oh my gosh, I can't believe how awesome this product is. That's genetics, you know? So what this technology is telling us is what you're preventing is different than what I'm preventing. And not only is it screaming for what your body needs, it's equally screaming for what your body doesn't need. And so we've been kind of taking everything, hoping we would feel something, right? So those days are in. I call that blind nutrition. It's ending right now. And from a vision and a culture standpoint, this company is on its way to some great things. The vision would include things like DNA skincare in our future sometime. It would include DNA weight loss, DNA sports performance, DNA for children. And yes, we've even gone so far as to consider DNA for pets. You know, how fun that might be someday. But the sky is the limit. We're the one and only on the planet doing this, folks. And so there's a great opportunity for us to not only bless other people's lives with this product, but we can really create some financial health along the way. It's projected to be a $600 billion industry next year, almost out of nowhere. And here we are, the one and only on the front of this whole thing doing it. So I feel privileged and blessed and honored, very humbled. You know, I'm still learning so many new things every day in this company. But I'll tell you what, you'll never sense a lack of effort from our team. You might find imperfection, but it'll always be progressive in this company. We'll always be refining and marching forward as a company. In the end, we're 99% identical. We belong together. And I love that. It warms my heart. Actually, when I think about whether you're, you know, of this color or that color, it doesn't matter. We're the human race. And there's no minorities. If you're human, you are the majority. If you feel unloved, make yourself lovable. Love that. Don't be lulled to sleep by the 99% because there's that 1% in you that says there never has been, never will be someone as beautiful and as unique as you. And sometimes we forget, but nothing illuminates that like a DNA test. So we're witnessing the convergence of self-identity and DNA identity in one beautiful Uforia Science stroke. And I'll just tell you all, welcome home to Uforia Science. We're being you. Never felt better. And if there's any questions or any things you guys want me to comment on, Tina, Kelly, I'm happy to do that. And again, my apologies for being late and disruptive.
Yeah, no problem, Ron. It was
timing.
Perfect timing. Literally, it was perfect timing. So that was just me being over prepared. Can't take the Boy Scout out of me. But so we're just excited that you came up, took the time to be on with us. And can you tell us, like, you're traveling around and visiting certain parts of the country to get this out? Where do you think we're at right now as far as the message? And, are we still looking for help out there? And where are you going to be next if somebody's in that city that's on this webinar right now that might want to come see you in person?
Well, I think, let's see, let me think where I'm at. I know I'm in Vegas again this weekend, but next week I go to Southern California. I'll be doing a meeting in Southern California on the 23rd in Southern Cal. I'll be also in St. Louis, Missouri next week. There's about 180 Zoom things scheduled in the next 45 to 60 days, and there's probably about 20 live meetings also scheduled. So it's really getting interesting, folks, because I don't know, right now when I say we're one-dimensional as a company, it's because I feel like our marketing and language and messaging is pretty fit right now. I wouldn't ever say it's perfect, but it's fit. And so the one-dimensional means we're in the mode now of just blessing people and sharing this message and biotechnology with others. So I'm willing to roll up my sleeves with anyone who wants to roll up their sleeves and just get out there and do this, because it wouldn't be possible if we didn't have LaCour on one side doing all the logistics for us, right? It allows me to do this tonight. Eric Worre out front doing the training, and great leaders, Kelly, like you and Tina, who are just really creating the magic and just sparking the life force into this company. So as a result, guess what? I'm free. I work with my team a few hours a day and they do their own thing. They're all really good at what they do. So I'm free to kind of mingle with the people and roll up my sleeves and get down the field and bleed and sweat with everyone else. No skyboxes here.
Well, every female that's on this webinar right now texted me personally and said, wow, when's the DNA skincare coming? Like, really? Kelly, you've been holding back.
Well, I know, Tina, you are aware of this technology. Maybe you can talk about it a little bit, because you know more than I do about it. I know we have that technology. I just don't know enough about it yet.
Sure. So I was in on the test product for about the skincare for about 4 years. It was a skincare serum that was, they tested 6 genes, like wrinkle control, collagen break. There was 2 for collagen. There were several genes, elasticity, and they took those 6 genes, and I believe there was 38 different ingredients with the 6 genes. And so everybody had a serum that was custom to your own DNA and the DNA of exactly what your skin needs. We also had an eye serum so it was a serum and an eye cream that was custom to your skin. And it was like women cried the day the studies were over, and we had to, so I bought 8 months in advance so I wouldn't run out for, it was devastating when they ended it, and it's impossible to find a skin system once you have your own. Like, it's impossible to go back to Macy's and think anything could compete. So I can't wait. Ron.
All right, go ahead and ask him.
Yeah, so you all know that the planning here goes like this. We feel pretty fit right now. We're one-dimensional. We're sharing the message. Soon you'll see a Practrician white label brand be introduced for health practitioners, health providers, and sorts. It's a different brand. It's beautiful. It'll be integrated into our business. After that, again, I'm speaking kind of in layers. After that, you'll see us kind of diversify internationally. And at that point, there's a good chance that we'll be looking at the skincare. But in the meantime, what I would ask everyone is, this is something in the business model that we all earn. We earn the skincare. We keep driving the business. We get on our nutrition. We give the body inside out what it needs right there. And then we'll be able to edify the body from the outside in with this skincare. So I would just say, let's just keep going to the moon, because on the way there, that skincare will arrive.
So you touched on something for a second. I've personally never been a part of a company like this that had so many doctors, chiropractors, nutritionists, acupuncturists that want to be a part of the company. They don't want to learn how the business works. They just want to have this product and be able to give it to their clients. And I know that's coming. It's called the Practitioner Program. But could you give maybe a little bit of a time frame, or tell everybody just a little bit about what it's going to look like?
So, excuse me, for those of you who are interested, that we don't go and scramble that world of medical doctors and chiropractors and naturopathic doctors, health providers, teledoctors. There's a big market out there. So we don't want to go out there and do anything to taint that marketplace. So what we're creating is a certification for our nutritionists. If you're an influencer or higher, the certification will be free. You've kind of earned your stripes there, right? If you're less than an influencer, there'll be a $99 fee, because we want to know you're serious. This can't be something that we wing. And so once you get through that certification, which is roughly 90 minutes, it's an online course, not hard, by the way, but you go through it. It's just the do's and don'ts and how to, and you'll go and approach these professional doctors. And then the idea is to have some sort of an app, a calendar app, that ties the doctor into our doctors, our experts, into a conversation to select the packs that they want to start with, a 10-pack, 25-pack, a 50-pack, there's even a 200-pack. And so the idea is to let our representatives rep this line, but they don't have to close it. They just rep it. And the idea is to let that business flow through the organization, and so that there's money being made from all sorts of angles. And the doctors love it, because we've built a portal. They can control what snips, what ingredients. It's made for the doctors. And so it's a pretty sophisticated program. It looks beautiful. After that, there's a good chance we'll get to the professional athletes, and there'll be a protrition, and that'll be for the professional teams and athletes. And so we've got this thing laid out pretty nicely. The next step is Practrician. Cross your fingers. We're going to test it for probably 4 or 5 weeks just to make sure it works. And then we're going to open it up, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's so exciting. And I know, and we'll let you go after this. One more question. So I know since we even came back from the convention a few weeks ago, and wow, I mean, what an incredibly impactful event that was. But so many things have launched. And of course, we played the new video tonight, and everybody just loves it. It is so well done. But there's one more thing that launched recently that I actually think is I don't know a lot about it yet, but I'm super excited about it. And it's the Empower You system. And it's brand new for reps in the company and customers. Could you just talk a little bit about that and tell everyone what they can expect on that?
Well, yeah, this story includes a little humble pie. About 6 weeks ago, I got on a phone call with some of our top leaders. Tina and Kelly, of course, were on. And we were talking about the future products, and we explored this and explored that. And man, it hit me really hard based on the feedback that we weren't messaging nutrition as well as we could. And boy, that just hit me between the eyes. I hung up from that call, and I don't think I slept for a few nights until we could come up with some sort of a solution. So what we wanted to do is we create the Empower You Cinema is what I call it. It's actually just an autoresponder, but I gave it a fancy name, Empower You Cinema. And what it does is when somebody's nutrition run, they get an immediate message via text or email or both that says, hey, congratulations, your nutrition was just freshly prepared. You just saved $622 or $800 based on our market research, which, by the way, we provide for you. You can see the market research on the economics of this program. So it goes from the economic drip 5 days later to a testimonial drip, just magnifying the beauty and the wonder of this product and how the body responds to this product. 5 days later, a little bit of a lifestyle message. Why does a walnut look like a brain? Why does a carrot look like an eye? And what are some lifestyle things we can do to really illuminate the results of nutrition? Air, water, sunshine, but very colorful messages. And I think this is going to surprise people just how colorful we can be in this lifestyle messaging. That's going to surprise a few people. 5 days later, a little cultural message, maybe a U-series video, just reminding people how beautiful they are, how unique they are, so that they're just getting all their senses hit from their pocketbook to their identity, to lifestyle, to the testimonial, the belief. And then if you're a nutritionist in the business, you'll get an Eric Worre tip. Where Eric Worre says, hello, Uforia family, your tip for the day is boom, 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 boom. And he goes through like only Eric Worre can do. And so it's designed to really just create belief, reinforcement, retention, economics, all those things. So when people, by the time they're done getting it, like, wow. And every new person starts at the same spot so that they get to experience the movie from the beginning. Everybody gets to have a honeymoon in Uforia Science.
That's awesome. So that includes us. We're all going to be on the list as well. Oh, I can't wait. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you so much. So Ron, we'll let you go. We know you're a super busy guy, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. We so appreciate you and everything that you and the team does.
It's so refreshing working with you guys. I've done this a long time, and it never grows old. I don't take the small things for granted. When I was younger, I did, but today I just appreciate moments like this, working with pros like you guys who, again, make it fun. So Kelly, keep making it fun, by the way. I love it, man. Love you guys. Have a beautiful evening, guys.
Thank you so much, Ron.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
now.
Ron. Thank you.
Is he like the best CEO on the planet?
He is.
Where else can you go and find a CEO like that?
Plays guitar, sings. I mean, just unexpectedly just
I love all
awesome.
the words people are using in the chat. He's inspiring. He's authentic. He's so genuine. Everything he says is out of love and out of wanting to just serve and assist everybody here. So it's pretty remarkable and amazing at how blessed we are to have him. So look, everyone's now typing in the words loving, integrity, all those things describe Ron. We are very fortunate. So, I know we've been on extra long.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
Today, we will wrap it up. But I guess all we can say about the business is this. Oh my gosh, there's a business attached. And it's so good. And it just keeps getting better and better and better.
We wouldn't be doing it any justice if we started now going over it, because we literally have another webinar just like this starting in 9 minutes. You're happy to join.
It's in 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Sorry, stand corrected. But if you're happy to join that, if not, just ask the person who invited you here to send one of our previous webinars. They actually have the information. There's videos that Uforia has masterfully done on what it looks like. And of course, we make ourselves available to answer any questions. But we kept everybody a little bit long. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Thanks for being on with Ron Williams. We hope to have him here again today. He is coming to our city. in
Yes.
August, late
And
August.
Baltimore. I can see Brenda and Julie are on here. They're hosting Ron in Baltimore, Baltimore area. And I believe I saw, was it Jennifer on here? She's hosting him in Kingman, Arizona. Right? He'll be there. So yes, I know Kyle is on here. Kyle is hosting him next Tuesday night in Orange County. So Rodney, of course, will be at his Las Vegas and meetings, and Sherry Denny's going to probably be in the Vegas meeting and the Northern California meeting. So it's exciting when the CEO of your company says, hey, I want to come serve you guys. When can I come? Right? So amazing. I hope you guys understand the power. I mean, if he's within 4 hours of me, I will be there. I hope you guys are the same. Go to Uforia Science on Facebook. They have an entire events calendar where you can see if he's going to be in your area, and you can go see him and meet him live, which is just an amazing opportunity. So we are doing this again next Tuesday, same time, same link. If you want to join us in 18 minutes, or 19 minutes from now, we are starting again. We are doing a full presentation with PowerPoint, the regular presentation. So it gives you a few minutes to make some texts, make some calls, and jump back on with us in a few minutes. It starts at 10:15 Eastern, 7:15 Pacific. But I will open it up because I said we will.